the same path to the ring. For Holyfield. Now let's go up to ring announcer Jimmy Lennon Jr.
The World Boxing Association President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Dr. Elias Cordova, Championship of the World, Lennox Lewis, the real deal Holyfield. Now to give instructions, Arthur McKenzie.
Good evening, gentlemen. You received the rules. Let's have a nice touch gloves and good looking.
Praise the Lord.
Only way. Holyfield's up. Lewis's job to fire his jab and be aggressive behind. From the English fans, mostly in the second and third decks.
Low. Make sure every punch that Evander Holyfield throw is up high. Catch him with your hand. You can't protect that.
Double jabs for Lewis. Missed over the top of the leg. Left hook lands for Holyfield.
But because Lewis is up high, it's non-effective.
That goes by the wayside because Holyfield only threw 17 punches in round around. Won't win for Evander Holyfield. And he fringes against the ropes as Lewis lands a right hand. Body shot by Lewis, partially blocked.
Early in the round, Lewis went after Holyfield, pinned him on the ropes, didn't hit him with anything big. Shots on the arms and the back. But it's been the jab that has dominated. You just heard Holyfield say to his corner, around he goes out. He doesn't have it, saving it for right now, and he comes out in a very aggressive.
You know what Holyfield said about round 3. Holyfield attacking to the body, his most aggressive combination so far.
It's like a pillow.
Holyfield landed a left hook inside and lands a right hand. Lewis is stunned. Evander attacking, trying to fulfill the prophecy. Lewis seemingly trying to collect himself as he stands in the corner and waits. Holyfield.
I don't know what it is. The right hand right there.
Right cross landed flush for Holyfield. Lewis seemingly stunned.
Feint him with the hook and hit him with the right hand first. Sir, what's your head?
Lennox, go back to your speed. Don't worry about it.
Here we see Holyfield making his effort. Never got it going. Later in the round, that right hand landed.
Be the case. Right hand lands again for Lewis. Lewis is when he fires the jab with frequency.
He just doesn't believe in this jab, though.
Left Holyfield backs Lewis into the corner again. Right hand lands inside for Holyfield. Lewis again missing just over the top, punching. And you heard Emmanuel Stewart say, come up with the uppercut. Lewis lands, Holyfield stunned against the ropes. Lewis. Holyfield on the defensive. Right hand lands again. Thunder in round 5 for Lewis. Long time left in the round. Finishing time for Lewis. Lewis's size, his jab, all conspiring.
Everything is going out of the window now.
He can't win a boxing match this way. Now he goes to the body.
With his long arms, Lewis hit Holyfield behind the head and may have hit him. And later in the round, holding him, punishing him.
It's open already.
This is the way Holyfield was supposed to look against Lewis. With Lewis backed on the ropes and Holyfield.
Keep backing him up. This man is so slow. You look at this tape.
So far, he's following it almost to the tee, but Holyfield lands a big left hook as Lewis carelessly drops his right hand.
You got to give Holyfield respect every moment that bell has.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, you got it. Uppercut for Lewis.
Here you see where a little arrogance creeps into Lewis's style, inviting.
Lennox Lewis only threw 22 jabs in that round. Emmanuel Stewart, between rounds, leading.
Where Emmanuel Stewart.
They both go down in the corner. Arthur Mercanti is going to
punches and the effective aggressiveness. You can't miss shots like that, Jim.
He saw that he was playing possum and he refused to throw it.
And he was not playing possum. He was actually hurt, and it won't be anything but a fight.
Big right hand lands for Lewis. Throwing many punches. Uppercut. Right. Holyfield stunned in the middle of the ring. Lewis misses. Goes to the body. Walk again. Uppercut again. Now Lewis traps himself in the corner. Holyfield, after Lewis's uppercut, was blocked.
Holyfield has abandoned everything.
They're moving your feet. They're going to start in your feet.
A little bit more power on the shots now. Okay, but you gradually get back to your jab. The main thing is your jab.
Slides left and right.
Little combination for Lewis. Not a lot of velocity behind the punches. Right hand stops Evander in his tracks again.
Come on. You're pulling his head into
The most effective jab we have seen Lennox, that long jab there. It's not a punishing jab, but Holyfield can't get away from it, can't launch anything.
Evander Holyfield has been...
Lewis, every now and then, whenever he drops his hand or bends his waist, he get in.
Well, when he uses the uppercut, George, he triples his...
Not a lot of drama here. It's
all he has to do is keep his right hand up and just circle Holyfield to hit him and put a little power to it.
Evander reaching with...
You gotta make him fight. You get in close and dog him, man.
I'm back. Okay, just keep working the jab. Keep your hands up. Keep working your jab. Jabbing from up on top.
Let it go. 83, Lennox Lewis. I like Evander Holyfield. He gets aggressive, but I've only seen aggressiveness in 2 rounds.
The Holyfield rally. Here comes the indomitable warrior we've seen so many times.
When you're fighting Holyfield, he brings out everything. Head, butt, kick, slinging. He's been doing everything tonight. Picking up guys.
Well, Lewis isn't the first fight.
Yeah, but Joe Lewis would never revert to all of that.
For Holyfield. Biggest punch in a while. Lewis left it out there while Holyfield stepped in and landed the right.
But every time he steps...
Right cross landed for Lewis. Great. Holyfield for that reason. Jab, jab, jab.
You gotta work hard, man.
I like the left. That's all you gotta do.
Here's where Holyfield come in and butted Lewis in the head, hitting and caging him. Later in the round,
Nice shot, gentlemen.
the best punch Holyfield has thrown fight.
Nice shot, gentlemen. Nice shot.
And they pull safe.
You know what? All of the talk about it, Evander may have had too many wars. It hasn't seemed like it tonight.
Who has not been great tonight.
3 minutes to go. Unified heavyweight championship. Lennox Lewis.
Gotta outwork him.
Precious.
This fight may be the biggest anti-crunch dramatically since the impeachment, but if a Brit wins, it will be the biggest news for many a decade.
In 1897.
Both champions retain their belts.
Lewis has just been robbed round of the
extraordinary, amazing. 65, all the heavyweight titles for the first time in this century.
And this despite the fact that through much of his career he was at best the second most beloved heavyweight in Great Britain.
Who has been in as many hard, tough, killer fights for more.
And the music with which Evander enters the ring is recorded under the label of his own record company, Real Deal. Smile creases the face of Holyfield.
Reverts to an old saying in boxing that a great fighter, great champion always has one. Has Evander Holyfield already had that and other one more great fight.
The Real Deal Holyfield. Lennox Lewis.
Gentlemen, this will be clean. Protect yourself at all times and obey my commands. Touch gloves. Good luck. Let's go. Touch gloves.
The officers are now packed. 19,000. We should have drama tonight. And Lewis fires a rare left hook.
But he's not weaving. He's going to one side, and he stays there.
Projects more sheer energy than was the case in New York. And whacking away at Lewis on the inside.
Now for Evander, all of these close-range contacts with left jab, and that gives him confidence.
Is yelling at Evander from his corner. He doesn't want to fight. Yelling off the round one results. You get the impression it's a better Holyfield already.
In the original bout, he wasn't overconfident. He just used his jab. Let the right.
He's leaning back. Don't go straight in.
Man, get that jab going. Get the jab.
Well, everybody, the whole crowd is in.
So you throw two to make the big man back up. If you miss him, you at least back up.
Hard punch by Lewis inside.
Elbows, uppercuts to his chest. In the middle of the face. Always on the side of the head.
If you're Holyfield, you mean?
Yeah, if you're Holyfield.
3 times in this round.
Evander throws over, he has to make contact with the left hand first.
Left hook to the body, one of Holyfield's better weapons.
To have twice the activity of the first fight, he has
bring him up and throw.
That round looked much like the rounds in the inside. Watch Lewis come up with a nice uppercut. Later on, good body shots by Holyfield.
And now, just as was the case in New York, to stick the jab in Holyfield's face repeatedly and starts them. Lewis walks out of the corner. Lewis lands a little left hook.
And don't allow this guy to get the distance again.
Right hand lands on a counter for Lewis. Well, that's part of Lewis's basic cautiousness.
Now, Holyfield was able to get in some good body shots here and there. Boy, it's George, so I wouldn't have to remember him.
Hard right hand by Holyfield. Cleanest punch of the bout so far.
Lewis is bending down.
And Holyfield landed the left hook.
Bending down.
Hold your jab. You get lazy. Don't let him get too close. Keep him back at this neck. You got to take it to him a little bit. Okay.
In the middle of the round, Holyfield lands because Lewis was backing up. But later on in the round, he did land a cleaner punch.
Lewis threw more and landed more. We saw in round number 3. Another big right hand for Holyfield as Lewis misses. A man's sport, George. Let them go in and bust each other a little bit.
Yeah, but the
lead to exchange with Holyfield. Holyfield got chances to look good. In New York, Lennox Lewis simply wouldn't do that. Pretty alone for the moment. Right hand over the top by Lewis. And Holyfield pounds to the ribcage as Lewis
15 or 17 jabs.
Jabs score. Evander.
Ooh, that right hand on the side of the head hurt.
Kind of slid past Evander's ear, though.
Yep.
A couple of them, tough rounds to score.
But what you got to do, you got to take some aggressive stuff at him with some big shots without going over the top.
Yeah.
We keep
stay in your rhythm now.
Close your eyes to listen. Stay close. You get in.
And Holyfield grinning as Lewis lands a big right hand. Both fighters have
but you never know.
With these right hands.
Get that uppercut.
Absolutely. He thinks he's got Holyfield going with his big right hand connects.
Holyfield
down. Outside the eye, as you can see, outside the orbital bone.
This I didn't mention. Lewis has his cup a little lower. That's why.
For Lewis.
That right here to shoot it just the way you shoot it, not that high. Shoot it straight.
Anybody in the sport. Larry?
Leaping left, right in here is where Holyfield and Lewis.
You cannot be allowed to be hit in the chest as a heavyweight for the taking. He had no idea he would have to fight for this title. Last time.
Break, go. Moving and bump, right or left and throw your foot.
Stay off the rope.
Right now, Lewis said.
Too long and he turned this thing into a fight. He didn't need to be in the fight.
There's what Lennox the 6th round because he was busier. There's no question. Lennox didn't punch, but he's punching his
field off and lands the up out against Evander Holyfield, trying to land an uppercut from distance.
Evander is staying there in the pocket, weathering the stone.
Now Lewis smiles as Holyfield comes
side. That hurt Lewis.
It was Lennox leans against the ropes himself. Evander Holyfield with a better plan tonight. A little bit more.
It hurt Lewis.
Hard left hook by Holyfield. Lewis stunned again. Casual with the uppercut. Big target there for Holyfield.
But here comes Lewis now.
Lewis rallying again. Combinations. Hard right hand. Lewis to the body. His own right hand lands flush. They trade shots.
Early in the round, that left hook apparently disconnected. Later in the round, once again, Lewis coming back in the
right hand lands for Lewis.
All he has to do is play out for that counter punch by Holyfield again. Left hook upstairs now.
Another left hook, and Lewis backs up and ducks.
Forward now. He is into trouble. If only Holyfield could just muster up a little.
Lewis getting smarter and go fighter. When he went 10 rounds fighting this style against Mercer in Madison Square Garden.
Couldn't miss if he just jumped in a Lord Patterson left hook.
And Lewis produces some good infighting as he drives opponent out past the 8th round. Holyfield has, and he goes for one here. Set up a right hand with the jab.
Lewis just seems to need too much room to get his jab going. One way to get in distance.
Lennox goes back to the Madison Square Garden in a very similar
fight. Good left hook to the body by Evander Holyfield.
The Englishman showed and hard jab. The 10th round of the fight. Holyfield stepping it up again with that double pumping jab inside.
He's been in with a lot of giants, and he's never backed down from a one.
Evander Holyfield won't back down from anybody. Uppercut lands for Lewis. Holyfield misses the left hook.
Take advantage of it.
Multiple punches for Lewis into the ropes. Lennox goes back to the body and the uppercut. Thrashing Holyfield with power. Now Holyfield's going to try to float.
You can't
Rub his low back. Rub his back with an eye.
You can't pull straight back.
That was yours. You won that, but that uppercut over here is what pulled it out, really. But use your damn jab this round.
Now let's see if we can catch that uppercut that hurt Holyfield right there. Big uppercut. Lewis trying to field and gone. I mean, this is a common thing we hear.
Especially in close rounds. Evander looks like he's fresh.
Who has Holyfield ahead in the fight.
But I can tell you this, Larry. Lewis should not engage into these. He just goes to the left, nothing.
Left hook lands for Lewis.
Landed.
Evander Holyfield didn't throw many punches. Left for Holyfield. Lewis landed a right hand earlier.
I mean, he's just a remarkable guy.
Holyfield busting Lewis to the body with the left.
On the mound like a pitcher, and he just stands there and does whatever he wants. He stands on his mound, and those body shots hurt.
Right hand by Lewis. Leading again. 4 punches.
When they small, that's all you got to do. You don't let him off the hook when you get him in trouble.
Hit them combinations.
Let's get up. Come on, let's get up. Let's get up. Come on.
Uppercut lands for Lewis. Crowd trying to chant Holyfield.
Lewis has got to fight. Just can't.
5 more seconds of fighting. They fought a lot better fight this time. Appreciate it.
It was a close fight. And when you're in a close fight like that, you just got to wait for the judges.
Holyfield landed 13 out of 46. Lewis landed 14 out of 35. The round, he landed that right-hand shot and that left hook. And then later on in the round, a Holyfield uppercut landed flush. And here's Tim Hallmark, Holyfield's longtime physical.
Lennox.